doing a thing.
Hey, Remainers, I know it's a bit too late for Halloween. Like, definitely too late for Halloween, but who cares?
Cthulhu's got nothing to fucking do with Halloween,
And
so fuck you.
Yeah. Also, let's not pretend that there's like zero of you, well, basic assholes out there that don't celebrate this shit year-round anyway.
Yeah.
That's right, you've been called out. Oof to your heart's content. But honestly, it's, you know, spooky is year-round. Enjoy.
Oh yeah. So, going to be playing the new Call of Cthulhu game that's by Cyanide Studios. We played one of the earlier Call of Cthulhu games that came out on
Xbox.
Dark Corners Earth, and it was also on PC. I'm pretty sure.
I've never found it, but okay.
I'm pretty sure it was. But
I'll find it. We'll grab it. But.
Well, yeah. But yeah, that game definitely had some horror elements to it, but it was definitely a lot more actiony than otherwise. But it definitely had some really good suspenseful parts to it.
Yeah, the game was great building suspense and like putting tension, and you know, like there's a lot of investigation there's some investigation you had to do.
But it wasn't like a forefront onto it.
And then at the end it became an action shooter, which is, you know, okay, but you know.
Yeah, this game, it's very much a investigative primary game, which is where a lot of the Cthulhu games are supposed to be. You're either a scholar or a detective of some sort, or just some average Joe. You're not. Some people may have like a military background, like the character in this game does, but
it doesn't do shit.
Yeah, you're not an actiony person at all. So decided we wanted to play some of this as we enjoy the Cthulhu mythos.
Even though
Lovecraft has a lot of problematic shit that he's said and done,
like tons,
like a ton of it. The guy's a very problematic person.
But he created an interesting world.
He created an interesting world, and sadly, Lovecraft and all that shit, he was very much a product of his times, which sucks. And of course, I can't say he wouldn't be as much of a shitbag if he was in more of the modern era. Some people are shitbags, but still, a lot of people. It's the Cthulhu mythos is literally in the public domain, and many people have been working with it and telling stories about it, utilizing those basic characters onto it. So it's, he may have put the start onto it, but it has very much become more of a thing that everybody else is kind of latched onto for a. It is like the quintessential cult terror type of.
There's a reason,
setting, in my opinion.
Mind flayers, illithids, all that comes from this.
Yeah, it's. A lot of things have been heavily inspired by this and by a lot of the iconic symbology and iconography you see onto it. So, but anyway,
yeah. So let's start new.
Yep. Going to delete that.
Delete that old one.
Yeah, because
delete the old ones. Delete the old one.
With screenshots, even old ones may be deleted. But anyway, yeah, just. I've only went about 20 minutes in the game just to make sure it was going to run smoothly and didn't have any issues and get the settings configured proper. So, yeah. And the audio of the opening will probably be a little bit loud, but the game gets fairly quiet after that. So let's do it
for the sake of tension.
Pierce Investigations Agency, Boston, 1924. Edward Pierce, veteran of the First World War, drowns his memories in liquor and sleeping pills. He is now a private detective who has trouble finding a case able to lift him from his torpor. Pierce must find a new case quickly, or risk losing his license.
Of course, detective license is apparently really easy to get.
Well, I wouldn't say. I wouldn't know. Enter Madness? Sure.
Yeah, sounds good. If I am mad, it is mercy. May the gods pity the man who, in his callousness, can remain sane to the hideous end. H.P. Lovecraft. We should tune down the audio.
Tune down the audio just a little bit.
Global. Right,
Global.
right there is fun. Apply. Yes.
A little bit better.
Yeah, that's better. If we have to, we'll adjust more in the future, but...
Yeah. It's only about like 3 episodes for the first part, and I think we might be like 20 minutes an episode, I think.
Yeah, we can do that. Because it's investigation. It'll be as fast as we are at figuring shit out, finding things. There's a lamp there.
Okay, so these little deals where you can... Weird.
But there you go.
There you go. Nope. Okay.
Something to interact with.
Let's see it.
Alright.
Alright, take this lamp.
If you can't see it, you can't interact with it. But you do know it's there, so that's nice.
Bolt cutters.
Anything down here? Just terrified the controller off.
Yeah, my controller literally vibrated off my desk.
Like, ah! Like, ah! You just see it like,
Psycho Mantis, is that you?
like literally the moment that shit pops up, we're like, nope, and we're just done. We're just done. We're not going near the water anymore at that point. It was like a shark with porcupine spines or some shit like that, or spines.
That doesn't really look like a bolt cutter.
It's chain cutter. That's all that matters.
In my wake, pulled along. Fate inescapably draws you on.
Okay.
We'll use it once before it breaks, I guess.
No. Not. That way.
Orcas, sharks.
What a putrid offering.
I think these are maybe these are offerings to whatever is in the water.
Or things that the whatever's in the water brought up.
Fight. You have been chosen.
Yeah, that's always what you want to hear. Wake up somewhere covered in blood and someone whispers to you, you've been chosen.
Behold. Everything has already been written. But perhaps you will attempt to change your destiny.
I hate whiskey.
I don't think it was the whiskey, buddy. Look,
I
whiskey.
wonder why I still take these things.
The doctors prescribed them when I returned from the war. They swore that they would put an end to the nightmares, but for a while now their effects have been wearing off. Used with caution.
Yep.
Lost battalion. Holding your position and obeying orders. That isn't courage. The Wentworth Agency doesn't attract top-notch cases.
So he's had this for 6 years. He's been a detective for 6 years.
Yep.
I used to be an avid reader.
Can I interact with anything? No, just open it? Nothing? Okay.
Alright, I guess.
A married woman runs off with her girlfriend. The husband couldn't understand it.
Husband never understood that his wife had left him. He kept on calling me weeks after the investigation had closed.
Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology.
If I'd say my favorite work that I've read was Color from Outer Space.
Been a while since I jotted down something other than my nightmares.
The doctor can well repeat to me that I no longer need my remedy to keep my memories at bay, but I know that if I stop, memories will return. One of these mornings, I probably won't wake up. Despite the treatment, I again hear voices in my dreams, but they are different, unknown. They seem to surface from unfathomable and ancient depths. What nameless creature is calling me?
And this is a good time as any to take a look at what we got here in the menu. Pierce. Okay.
Oh, you start with these, you don't...
Yeah, he has some basic skills.
Medicine, occultism get built up by various things we'll find in the world itself.
Mm-hmm. So, building these up prior may be beneficial, but some of these skills will be a lot more useful early on. I think this might be a trap to go in and say, oh, no, this is super important. I'm getting this like maxed out immediately. Would be great. I think I'll get more miles out of these higher ones.
Well, you can't build those up anyway.
Well, by finding stuff I can. These you might be able to by just gaining CP by doing stuff, maybe.
Yeah. So you want to build up certain things, you want to guild toward one thing. That's always the trick there. Do you want to build up everything? Do you want to keep everything even, or do you want to
Specialize in something.
specialize?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think, eloquence, spot hidden, I think would be really fucking useful.
Spot hidden will be useful because this game you can't just like have a knowledge of where stuff is from a guide to find stuff. You need this skill to find them.
Yeah, they literally, it says right there, undiscovered object not appear in game, which I like because technically people could then, okay, I know where the stuff is, I don't need spot hidden, I'll just use a guide for it. Like, no, even if you know where it is, you can't do it unless you have the skill to find it in the first place. So I think spot hidden, investigation, and eloquence are gonna be really good.
Yeah.
Strength, I'm not quite. I mean,
Helps you
forcing
force
doors and
things.
stuff. I mean, all these things really sound useful. It's tough.
Strength is, I think, fine for now. I don't think
Yeah.
that's gonna have to go up.
Yeah.
For the 2 for those. So
Well, this already has some points in it, so getting that up will be a no-brainer.
here's our sanity. Edward Pierce is a veteran of the First World War, where he took part in the Meuse-Argonne offensive. He is one of the few survivors of the Lost Battalion. American units had suffered heavy losses from enemy and allied artillery fire. Forced to hold their positions for several days, surrounded by the bodies of their fallen comrades, without food or medical supplies, the soldiers were considered as lost by their fellow countrymen. That needed a comma. Pierce is traumatized by these events. He consumes sleeping pills and liquor to ward off the nightmares that haunt him. We are currently stable.
This is what's happening. This is what's happening to us, and we're stable.
Confident in your abilities and your Cartesian mind, that's an interesting word, you conduct your investigation by sticking to the facts, your convictions, and your perception of reality. Your conclusions are logical and reliable, which means that can change.
And there are 6, 12, 18 stages of this, of going crazy. So that'll be fun.
My private detective agency contracted to the Wentworth Detective Agency. After the Great War, I decided to set up in Boston, where there is no lack of work for guys like me. One small-time case follows the other. Adultery, settled scores, disappearances that are not actually disappearances. The old office couch is less comfortable than a real bed, and I should probably get rid of these empty bottles. But this place is mine, for the moment. We have nothing for that. No clues. Under inventory. Yep.
A little lighter.
That are engraved in memory of the 77th Infantry Division and the man who the Lost Battalion fell.
Mm-hmm.
And as you can see, US photo dry. It is the Prohibition era.
Yep.
We have booze anyway, because why not? Because hey, we outlaw liquor. Only criminals love liquor.
Well, whiskey. There are certain things that were outlawed and other things that weren't. They're considered medicinal. So
Right,
it's
right.
really like.
Oh, there's that. You didn't open that drawer.
Who did?
A good old story of blackmail in a speakeasy.
The bar owner hired me didn't like the way I closed the case, but when you're already outside the law, there's not a lot one can do against a private detective who's got proof against you.
top of that.
I actually like the music. That's pretty good.
Yeah, no, wasn't bad. No.
It's not.
I'm listening.
Are you Edward Pierce, private investigator contracted by the Wentworth Detective Agency?
That's correct.
Hello, Mr. Pierce. I'm Lucy Sherifield, in charge of investigators over at Wentworth. I'm calling because of a problem with your file. A fire has destroyed some of our documents.
Is that right?
I'm so very sorry, but I have to collect your personal information yet again.
Alright, well, I have points to spend now. So let's see, 2 for that. Let's make that professional with 2. 6 to the next level, 4 for the next level, 4 for the next level.
You can build 3 thing up to. You can build one of those skills up more. So.
I think eloquence will probably be very useful. And with 2 points, let's do psychology because it still builds up. I still get 30%.
Yeah. It just your next tier things happen.
Yeah. Ooh. Or I could just get my medicine up.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's good.
Yeah. There's still 20% on that. So.
And medicine builds it like that, and occultism requires other stuff though, because we have.
Yeah. So I think this is a good place to start, as I don't want to dump 6 points. I mean, as much as getting it to level 4 is tempting, but no, let's do that.
That's about it. I actually know stuff about medicine, and
Thank you
I'm
for this
eloquent. Like,
information,
all right,
Mr. Pierce.
I believe
Our
you.
files will soon be up to date. And on a related matter, may I raise a sensitive question?
What's wrong?
As you know, we wish to closely monitor the progress of our contractors. And
The
it would
progress.
seem you've been accepting fewer new cases.
Work is scarce.
Mr. Pierce, you know as well as I do, there's never been more investigative work than now.
But are those cases worth it?
They're worth not losing your license. Show yourself worthy of the Wentworth Detective Agency, and we might keep you on the payroll. Mr. Pierce, are you still...
I'm coming.
Sir, I came here on the advice of a person whom I hold in high esteem, and I must say that I expected anything but a drunkard's lair.
You're free to leave anytime, sir.
Do you know to whom you speak?
Stephen Webster, industrialist and art collector. All of Boston knows you.
Tell me, Mr. Pierce, are you capable of handling a new case, or are you simply a deadbeat inebriate?
If you come to me, it means you're desperate.
Nobody believes me. They take me for an old fool. Sarah, my little girl, she is dead. Even you must know of her. She was Sarah Hawkins.
The painter? Yes. Everyone knows her work.
The police accuse her of killing her family. They all died in a fire. Sarah, her husband, and Simon, my grandson.
I can't do anything for a woman who is already dead.
Find out the truth. They say she was mad, but I know that's a lie. She would never have done such a thing.
But if you have no proof...
I've brought all that I have. Look. I want you to look carefully at this painting. Tell me all the assumptions that come to mind.
Other than it's awesome.
The painting's way too good for this era.
What am I supposed to find?
Tell me if this is the work of madness.
There's logical shapes. It's not.
Or if, on the contrary, you manage to detect some logic, a rationality to follow so that I may understand it.
Is that all you want from me?
Yes, please.
All right. I'll look at your picture.
Now we gotta see how our
That's
stats
all you've
work.
got?
Maybe.
The painting?
I placed a file on your desk. It contains everything I have on the affair.
Food will be here soon.
And we've got ourselves a nice setup here, and
We will investigate the painting next time. See you later, Mainers.
later, guys.
Thanks for watching. Click our logo to subscribe. But if you want to help us defeat the real final boss, YouTube's metrics and analytics, you can support us by liking our content and leaving comments below. See you later, Remainers.